Hello and welcome to today's podcast. And today we're going to look at 5 essential workouts to get us stronger. That's 5 essential workouts that can make you stronger. Now, when it comes to exercises, right? Everyone has their own reason. Some want to just train to get fit, physical fit. Some just want to have much more endurance and all sort of reasons. But I would suggest that mostly when we train for strength, because when we train for strength, we tend to get stronger and also pack in some muscles, which are very important, especially in the long run. And so this is why I chose this topic today, which will actually help more on the strength side of things. And it's very essential that as you exercise, you also have to emphasize on training for strength. And now, without any further ado, we're going to start with the push-up. Now, as for the push-up, anyone who's starting out, I'd suggest anyone who wants to start out these, or any sort of training for that matter, right? These will be the best for, especially if you want a better or stronger looking upper body, particularly the chest, right? The push-up is one of the best workout that you can do, right? And the bonus for this is that you can do it anywhere, anytime, without any sort of equipment. All you have to do is just do that push-up. Now, when you do the push-up, right, you're going to work on your chest muscles and your triceps and your shoulder. So this is overall a very good exercise if you decide to start working out. The second exercise that I would suggest, right, would be the pull-up. Now, with this one, the pull-up, you may need a pull-up bar. In fact, you will need a pull-up bar or anything that you can hang on so that you can pull yourself up as you do the pull-up. So, as you do your pull-ups, you'll find out that you're working out your shoulders, your deltoids, right? And, of course, your biceps. But also, one of the main muscles targeted during your pull-ups are your lats. These muscles are found just around your ribs and just below your arms, right? So the pull-up is very essential because you are also overall working a lot of other muscles besides your lats. Like I said, you're going to do your shoulders and your posterior delts. That's the back of your side shoulders or your side of the back, and you'll also be working your biceps. So overall, the pull-up is one of the best exercises you can do for your upper, especially your upper body, right? But also a caution that the pull-ups is one of the hardest exercises you can do, right? Because it involves you pulling yourself up, so you're pulling your whole body, your whole weight up. So it's very beneficial. You should be very cautious of this one, not to overdo it, especially when you're just starting out. And number 3, we are going to go for the lunges. Lunges particularly work your glutes, that's your buttocks, your quads, and the hamstrings. This is in your quads and your hamstrings, of course, are in your legs, right? Very important to strengthen these parts, especially if you are someone who's usually sedentary. You don't walk, you don't do any sort of exercises. This will help a lot, right? Because they strengthen a very large part of your lower body, including your glutes, quads, and hamstrings. And so this is one of the best lower body exercises that you can do. Number 4, we have the squat. With the squat, I think there's no particular person who's really serious about doing exercises will omit this one within his training regime. This is one of the most well-known exercises for the lower body especially, and for this one you're totally targeting mostly your quads, but you're also hitting your hamstrings, your glutes, and also your abs. That's your core muscles, right? With the squats, right, it will benefit you a lot to know the various variations of squats, because different variations of squats hit particular muscles in the lower, on your legs in particular, differently, right? Because you may have the sumo squat, right? You have your barbell squat, and you have all different squats that you can work. So choose a particular squat if you want to emphasize in your particular leg muscle, right? And this will also help a lot. However, if you're just starting out, there's really no need to complicate things. With the squat, you just do body squats, right? Just do a few body squats, and don't concentrate much on doing a lot of reps and sets. Just do a few squats as you start off, and you're going to get stronger with those squats. Then you can add weights on that if you want to gain much more strength and muscles. And number 5, I chose the bridge exercise. Now the bridge exercise, right, is an exercise that will target and strengthen mostly your glutes. The glutes are basically your buttocks, right? These are one of the largest muscles in your body, and they help a lot once they're strengthened, right? And they tend to kind of weaken for most people, as we usually just sit around and don't work out in our sedentary lifestyle. But they also work your hamstrings also, right? And it's very it's very imperative that we work the hamstrings, because these are sort of muscles that are usually neglected, even for athletes. Athletes have to do a lot of hamstring exercises because these tend to usually be neglected, and thus that do not get stronger. But another advantage or benefit of the bridge, right, the bridge exercise, is that it targets stability in your core muscles. That's your abs and your core, and also your back muscles, all which are very important for your stability. And so there you have it, 5 essential workouts that will get you stronger. And I chose these because these exercises in particular have been helping me get stronger and have much more stability in my other workouts in general. And also another bonus is that these exercises are very much friendly to people who are just starting out or who are deciding to start out working out. You don't need any sort of high-end equipment or to go to the gym for these exercises. You can just do them in your room, at home, or just outside, and you can just start working on each depending on what your goals are. But also one thing to remember is that if you want to get stronger, right, you need progressive overload, which means that once you have got used to that particular exercise, right, you need to add weight or at least some reps. Just make it much more challenging, right, or have more sets, right, or make it much more intense. You can, like I said, you can add weights such as dumbbells or kettlebells. This will make sure that the exercise is much more challenging, thus making you stronger in that process. And also one thing to remember is rest periods. Have time to rest. Make sure that you're resting enough, especially when you're just starting out. You do not have to overdo things. You don't have to do 100 push-ups in one day, 30 push-ups. Just start out small. 5 push-ups are enough, 3 or even 2 if you think you're just starting out, especially, and you don't need to overdo things. And as time goes, you can now add more push-ups, right, or add more load to what you're already doing so that you get even stronger. Another thing to remember is to stay hydrated. A lot of these exercises will get you dehydrated, so you need to hydrate enough and make sure that your body, your system in particular, body is hydrated so that your system is cooled down and you are able to function properly. And another essential thing to remember is proper diet. Your diet obviously will always depend on what exercises you choose and what sort of training that you are doing. If you are losing weight, it's pretty obvious that you're going to cut those carbs and your calories will be low, right? But if you want to gain muscles, remember you may need much more calories and much more food, in particular protein. You have to add on those proteins so you create those muscles and get stronger. So make sure you know exactly what you want when you're doing certain exercises, what your goals are, so you can actually know what are the diets that you need, what are the foods that you may have to consume. And with that said, I hope this was helpful for this lovely Sunday, and until next time, peace.